Hi guys, wee Bob, and it is Saturday. I'm not quite sure of the date. What date is it? Let's have a look. Saturday, the 7th of April, and I'm in the garage as you can see. Nothing much has changed in here. I've still got my grand plans for something being in here, but the rest of the house is taking a priority at the moment. So this video is mainly a VR response to Mr. Bads. Mr. Bads put out a hundredth, sorry, not a hundredth, a 1 year anniversary video for his channel. He's got nearly 200 odd subscribers, which I thought was pretty good for 1 year. I've not been putting out content consistently, so I would hope that maybe a year from now I could be up to the kind of 200 subscribers. That'd be good. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It depends on the content that I can put out, whether people are interested in that or not. So Mr. Bads put out a VR, or asking for VRs, on the question of what was your last most anticipated gaming system, gaming thing, and that one struck a chord with me. I had a quick think about it, and it's quite a recent addition to my gaming repertoire, something like that, and that would be PlayStation VR. So the PlayStation VR was the last gaming system that I really anticipated, and it wasn't. I wasn't aware of the PlayStation VR until very late on. I've got my tablet here on Amazon, hence the kind of weird glow to my face. Yeah, I wasn't aware of the PlayStation VR coming out until very late on. I think it was October 15th or something like that, 2016. Yeah, 2016? Yes, it would have been, that the PSVR was launched, and I hadn't read much about it. I think it was called Project Morpheus before, presumably some sort of link into the Matrix and Morpheus Neo. And I have to say, it's quite an apt title for it. So I started reading about the PlayStation VR. I was at work during my lunchtime looking through Amazon reviews. I didn't get it on launch day because I don't tend to be the guy that goes and buys things on launch day. The main things that I've bought on launch day would be Grand Theft Auto. Probably every one of them I've bought more or less on launch, and Harry Potter books when they were coming out back in the early 2000s. I was at the store at midnight to get the Harry Potter book. I know, sad, but it kept me sane at the time. It was my little escapism into a world of non-world. So yeah, PSVR was coming out. I was at work during lunchtime reading reviews, and I was doing Amazon to bring up some of the reviews, because it was the reviews on Amazon that really pulled me in to buying it. Tried to find, the problem with Amazon is that you can't seem to sort by date, so I can't like go back to when the first reviews were being done. So I'm trying to find one from, there's one 15th October 2016. Quite simply, the most amazing thing that has happened to console gaming since Mario 64. That was somebody's review on Amazon, not mine specifically. So I'm trying to find, there was specific references to games, and there was the whole nausea being a problem, which was a concern. But a lot of the reviews, I think it was actually Eve's. I'm going to see if I can find Eve Valkyrie, because I think that was the ones that I kept reading. Oh, I broke it. Eve Valkyrie descriptions that were given at the time really pulled me in. I'm just, trying to find and get to the point where I can see somebody's kind of response for it. Well, again, it was the kind of older ones. So this one's like, this game never gets old, no matter how many times I play it. Fun, challenging, graphics are top notch. If you've seen Battlestar Galactica, the new series, you have an idea what kind of game this is. And people were describing that feeling of being in a world that's huge and you're flying down a tunnel, getting into space. Space just expands in front of you and you're like, whoa, totally amazing. And for me, these descriptions really pulled me into being excited about this VR coming out. And I hadn't been, like I say, considering it up until it was launched. So I started kind of saying to my wife, look, really interested in this. What do you think? And wife's always been, if I'm very interested in something, that there's not really any real issues with me buying it. Her only stipulation was, if you buy it just now, you check it works, and then you leave it, you put it up the loft till Christmas. Now, all of them were sold out pretty much straight away after October, and I started checking online every night at this kind of stock checker. The stock checker covered different stores from Argos to WH Smith to, try to think of the name, John Lewis, Tesco's, all the big game stocking companies. And I just kept checking, everything was out of stock, and you could go into eBay and people were selling it like scalpers, selling it for silly amounts of money. One night I woke up, or it was late, I was just going to go to my bed, and I brought up the stock thing and it said John Lewis had it, and I was like, whoa, into the living room. It was like half midnight, one in the morning, something like that, typing in, getting my credit card and plunging in, and I managed to get it ordered. Now, when I ordered it, I wasn't aware of all the other bits you need to go with it, e.g. the camera, which didn't come as part of the normal stock listing, and the what was the other thing, the Move controllers, which weren't a necessity, but I wanted to get them as well. So they were already backlogged for months and months and months. So what I did was I ordered it. Then the next day I realised I needed the camera. I ended up ordering that, I think. And then I ordered the Move controllers as well, which were a stupid amount of money, like 70 quid. The thing cost me like 350. So that was me already 420. And then also on top of that you needed the camera, which was 40 or 50 pounds. So best part of 500, near enough 500 quid for the whole setup, which is a lot of money. I mean, I don't just go out and spend that kind of money normally. So this was maybe beginning of November, mid-November, and it arrived, and at that time we had the cabin out the back door. So got it, really excited. Ran out, the kids weren't allowed to see it because it was going to be a Christmas present. So ran out into the cabin, had a wee TV out there, got it all set up, really excited, and I have to say my mind was blown. It's a common saying, I don't really like using that saying, but it's true. For the first time since the Mega Drive, my mind just was like, wow, this is a future. I was really concerned about nausea. I was really concerned, but I was anticipating this and I was looking forward to it. It was coming. I was excited, checking out the window for Amazon van pulling up. Got it outside and like I said, downloaded a few demos that came with the demo disc. So I tried a couple of the demos, tried the free play thing that comes through Sony, which is amazing. The wee guys are so cute. Loads of good wee mini games, and just really amazing. I downloaded one thing that really captured, and it just put a big grin on my face, was a little video sequence called Alumente. I think I may have mentioned it before. You're standing in darkness. There's like a window appears, like a little yellow window with silhouettes of two people at the dinner table. So I was away, you can kind of peer in, and the wee windows set back, and their silhouettes move. When you move your head, the window moves along with the silhouettes of these little people. And I was just like, wow, this is amazing. And then all these other windows start appearing around you, behind you, everywhere. And then it fades to black, and then you're in little town appears before you. And The Nightmare Before Christmas is a great movie. If I think of other ones, Wallace and Gromit, and if you imagine being able to like watch Wallace and Gromit and just step in to look at Wallace's face, or to see the train track with the penguin going round, you can maybe follow it round with your inside the VR, just amazing. So I only got it for like to play it initially when I got it for 1 hour, 2 hours maybe. And it wasn't even as long as that. It was literally get it up. By the time I set it up, tried it, made sure everything was working, boxed it back up, which is always a challenge. Whenever you take something out of the box, you box it back up and you're like, nothing ever fits the way it's meant to. It's like a skill. It's like Tetris in real life. Got it boxed back up as best as I could, and I went up into the loft, and those were the longest 6 weeks of my gaming life, in the anticipation of that coming out on Christmas Day. And I haven't had that feeling for many, many years. I hadn't had that, knowing it's up there in the loft. I could go get it every day. Oh, I'm so excited, I'm so excited. It took me back to being a kid, waiting for Christmas Day to come round, not knowing whether you were going to get a present, or the present you were going to get was what you were looking forward to. So it wasn't quite the same because I knew it was there, but the anticipation for Christmas Day was that. And I've got some footage that I might try and dig out once my computer comes back, see if I can put it into this video, or put another video up of us playing Christmas Day VR, which was really brilliant. So Christmas Day comes, and I think I was the first one up. I usually am. I love Christmas. I'm a massive Christmas fan. Our house, quite a few kids, so the kids are excited, I'm excited, Diane, my wife, is excited, and Christmas Day comes, and it's the kind of last present we bring out, and I'm just really excited, and then we get it set up, and we all just have a go over the shark cage game. I think that was one of the games we played. I'm not sure we had that actually. I think we had just did like the normal demo one that comes where you just kind of descend in the cage. So my boiler's just kicking in. Just in terms of Mr. Brad's, this is quite a long response, I suppose, but it gives you an idea why I was anticipating it so much. Just PlayStation VR is the future. VR in general, I think, is not the future of gaming entirely, but certainly a big aspect of the gaming future. I think once the resolutions come up and the frame rates get better, the nausea might subside, or they might come up with... It's very early days, they're developing it. I've heard a lot about Wipeout. I'm very excited, looking forward to getting my VR back to get it set up. Hopefully all is still functional with it. Looking forward to getting it back and trying Wipeout. I did play Robinson the Journey, and it just made me feel sick. No other game did that. I even played Eve, Valkyrie, played like the Star Wars games, flinging myself around, no real problems. Something to do with the way that you move in Robinson Journey, that slow movement. I don't know how to describe it, you just almost can't change there's no analog, or you can't speed up. And I think that's part of the problem, is you're just moving at this really quite slow, arduous pace. And I end up feeling sick for the whole day afterwards. So yeah, that was the most anticipated gaming system. What I'll do is I'll probably stop this video and maybe upload 2 videos. I'll just do a kind of Saturday, I don't know, just a talk about my week, because I quite like doing the weekly talks. Not, again, Mr. Down the Rabbit Hole over in Canada, I think, did the drive yesterday, and he was just saying about not trying to take the handle. I think there's a big market out there for people just talking about their weeks. Can hear my kids. Anyway, that's it guys, see you later.